Just give me 1 second, people. Like I said, this ain't a serious live stream. Kind of just playing about with stuff right now. So just give me a second, guys. We'll just do one. Just do one if just for the sake of it, just one tonight if possible. No big deal. There you go. I put that there. Let me just put up the Twitch chat because some people in Twitch might appear as well. Like I said, this ain't a serious live stream tonight. Hope you guys are doing well. Do the proper introductions in just a moment. Just bear with me. Let me just put that up. Hopefully that'll come up. Okay. That seems to be on. Yeah, this ain't a proper. This is kind of like a trial thing. See how it goes, sort of thing. There. Hi guys, how you guys all doing? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to non-politics live stream. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Not doing the usual talking about what's going on with politics and whatnot. And yeah, today I wanted to just. I don't know how long we're going to be doing this, guys. How long I'm going to do this live stream, and I don't know if I'm going to do another one like this or not. But so to kind of give me a bit of a graph to kind of go with, I've got like a bunch of stuff we can look at, and we can kind of dive from there because that way it can actually help me gauge the way they want to take the conversation here. So I've actually pulled up something from a website called IBMD's of like the top 250 movies of all time, top 100 horror, top 100 crime, top 100 superhero, action, anime, Christmas, like it's just a couple of them to kind of see what to gauge on kind of things when it comes to films and movies. So I've had one of my earliest films that I recall that really sticks to my mind when I think about films that have really kind of impacted me, shall we say. The one that sticks out in my mind when I was the youngest was Jurassic Park. I think out of all the films in my childhood that I think of the most that sticks out to me is still Jurassic Park. The very first time that I see the dinosaurs. And I will never forget it. And I've said this, I think I might have said this before to you guys in the past as well, is that moment where you see it for the first time, the dinosaur, as well as the humans in the same picture, is one of the most incredible things that I'd ever seen. And I remember, and I generally believe that dinosaurs existed when it happened. Like I generally believe that there was an island out there in the world that had real dinosaurs on it. And it really like kind of like the immense suspension of the T-Rex first appearing as well, and the build up to it with the boom, boom, boom. And I remember, like, it was very scary for me. And it sent a chill down my spine. And I love that that tension that some films can make out of you. And it really suspends your disbelief. And it can sometimes be from what real and what is not there as well. It looks like I'm in a TV studio, says Counter Kev. Yeah, I think I'm in a TV. Yeah, I didn't want the usual screen back shot. I kind of just wanted to put something else there. So I used the thumbnail that I had for the series, for this show, to just have it as a background, just for something different, you know. Stephen Moran, good to see you there. Welcome back, mate. Congratulations on being remonetized. Did they tell you why they cut you off in the first place? No, they did not. Or they never, just for reference, Steve, they never sent me an email. They never said anything. The only email I got was the one that I shared, literally from YouTube, basically saying that my membership has been unpaused. That's it. And no explanation, no apology, nothing. So, that was it. That's it. So, yeah. So clearly, I think they made a mistake, and they just haven't apologized for it. That's it. So, anywho, like I'm back. So, well, leave it at that. So I wanted to have a look. Start with this one here for the top 250 movies of all time. Now this is obviously, you know, everybody has different perspective, but I thought, you know, like some of these films are kind of like, you'll see some of them and they'll be like, I remember that one, and sometimes you might even see ones here along these categories where you'll be like, I've never heard of that one. And there's going to be a lot. There's going to be quite a lot here that I've not seen, and it's going to be like, do you know what? I should actually. This is what I should do, right? Because there's going to be a lot of films that you guys are going to mention that we're going to look at, and you're going to say, Regan, you need to go and watch that one, or Regan, you really should go and watch that one, or have you heard of this one? There's going to be quite a few films that you guys are going to see, and you're going to say, Regan, why haven't you seen that? Like, it's like, what's the matter with you? So I'm actually going to literally, I think actually I should just have a piece of paper and pen, ready to mark down saying, if you guys are saying, yeah, you need to go and watch this film, to put it on my list of like, yeah, honey, the chat, the community is giving me a list of films to go and watch here. So one of my favorite films genres is the early ones, including the comedies, especially the Lady Killers. You know what? I don't have. You know what? I'm so glad you actually mentioned comedy, because we don't have. I haven't pulled up that list actually. We'll have a look at that. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Comedy ones. Yeah. How could I forget about comedy? Terrible of me. Yeah. Let me pull that category up there. Thank you for that. Those are great movies. Counter Kev. Hi Martin, good to see you there. 4 people, very exclusive. Yeah, this is a very quiet one. It's not really one that I'm kind of shouting about, because like it's just one just to have a look at, you know, look at stuff. Scott Hayes, good evening to you. Hope you are doing well. So this is for the website. It's called imbd.com /chart. So it's like, this is what their top 250 movies per se they've got here. So they've got number 1, The Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, you guys are gonna probably get. You could probably gonna get mad at me. I've not seen that one, so probably some people are gonna tell me not. You're mad for not watching it. The Godfather. I've definitely seen The Godfather. Beautiful film. Which without a doubt, like a masterpiece, an absolute masterpiece, and of a great. I don't know if it fully replicates the crime syndicate in Italy, but I will say that the way it was, the actors, and the way it was shot, the depth to it, I loved so much about The Godfather. Is just an incredible film. It's a long film. They're long films, but my God, it was you know, and the incredible line of, I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. It's just one of the great. It's just the line, the way. It's not just the line itself, guys. It's like the way he delivers it is what's so incredible, you know, because it's always about, like, there are great moments in that, but when there's like a certain tone and intensity to the voice that you use in a serious moment, that makes a line more special than it all is. Shawshank is a binder there that says it says Counter Kev here. Evening Mel, hope you're doing well. Share it with us. Tell us in the chat what are some of your favourite films. You've got some. I'm sure you've got some favourite films. Type them in the chat. Let us know what some of your favourite films are, Mel. What do you mean you're not going to fit in? You can't tell me that you haven't watched any films or movies. Come on, throw some down in the chat for us. The Dark Knight, without a shadow of a doubt, is one of my favourite films. I was like, what's his name? What's the actor's name? Christian Haig. Let me actually come into it. They'll kind of refresh myself. Yeah. Director Christopher Nolan. Christian Bale, that's it, the actor. Yeah. Heath Ledger. Like, wow. Like, this was just incredible. You know, I loved Batman Begins. I really liked Batman Begins. I really enjoyed it, like, for me. But Heath was just so good in this film. That I don't know, like, it's just the psychology. It's one of those films where it's just like, for me, it's just like without a shadow of a doubt, The Dark Knight is, you know, one of the greatest superhero films of all time. I think they really hit the nail on the head there when you talk about superhero films. That is up there without one of the best out there. I feel, you know. 8 seconds, says Mel. Based on true story movies. Ooh, not heard of that one. Bale, that's it. Yeah, Christian Bale. He was also the guy in American Psycho, which was a massive. That was you know, I've seen that film a few times, American Psycho, because it was when I was younger. My family had Sky Movies. We had the box set, so we had Sky Movies. So they had, like, you know, all the different channels of Sky Movies, so you could watch loads of different films. And American Psycho was one that sometimes I just put on the background for whatever, you know, for there. So Godfather Part 2, of course. Lord of the Rings, guys. Lord of the Rings was Lord of the Rings is a very special, holds a very special place in my heart. Lord of the Rings. From my days of listening to it on a cassette player, and when my dad had us listen to it on a cassette player, Lord of the Rings. If I had to choose which Lord of the Rings film out of the 3 trilogies I like the most, for me it's the Twin Towers. I enjoyed the Twin Towers more than the other 2, simply because I was a big fan of the battles. I really loved the battle at Helm's Deep. I loved the depth that they put into the film, and obviously a lot of it's obviously based off the books, of course. And I remember the first time watching Fellowship of the Ring in cinema with my dad, and I was just so taken aback by it. And I remember actually my dad had he got given a dark green. And actually I want to show you guys something actually I've got in this room actually, which is Lord of the Rings specific. Here it's actually like, this is how much I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings actually. Here, so here I've got this in my window for you guys. I'll just show you guys here, so you can see this is the map of well, you can see it there, can't you? The map of Middle Earth right there. I've got pictured up on the wall there. I think I can't remember where I bought it from, but I've had it for a little while, but I've actually bought and played some of the video games from it as well. Like that's there. Although I will say, as big as a Lord of the Rings fan I still haven't watched the series on the series they put on Amazon Prime. Just for reference, there. Don't know how many of you guys are Lord of the Rings fans. I'll put that back up in a second or later for you guys. But that was one that was one that really touched me more than anything. There, really like that one. Martin, thank you so much for the five super chat for the Penguins and keeping 47 of Greenland. Thank you so much for that. It's much appreciated. Yeah, I didn't want to like do super chat goals or do any too much super chats, like, because it's just kind of like casual tonight anyway. So thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Mel says 8 seconds is about a cowboy killed in a rodeo. His life, lots of music and stuff in it. Guys from Friends, and I think plays him. Luke Perry. 8 seconds. Interesting. Thanks for that. I'll have a look at that. 8 seconds, huh? Let's put that on. Let's put that one on there. 8 seconds. There you go. There's a film I'll have a look at. 8 seconds. I'll put that on the list to have a look at. There's films that go and have a look at, guys. I went to all the midnight shows on the release day. Did you, Witchy Goth? Did you actually go to all the shows on midnight? Wow! Like, I'm jealous. We went to cinema for all of them, but we never like did the like go to the midnight ones there. But my God, it was so I loved it. I loved those films. So I might have shared this story with you guys before we go to other films. So on one of my dad's birthdays, we did something really special. So we, me and my two brothers, we dressed up as Lord of the Rings characters, and we decorated my brother's living room, like make it all LV leafy and all that kind of stuff. And we invited Dad over and dressed him up as Gandalf, and we spent the whole day watching 9 hours of Lord of the Rings, guys, from the first to the third trilogy. It was a long day, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but I was getting quite hot in my Legolas costume. That was definitely something I really filmed that I hold very much. Yeah, the other three films, like the other three ones were okay, but yeah, obviously the original were my favourites there. Why do you have it in the window in case passers? Why do you have it in the window in case passers-by get lost? Says Kev. Oh no, I have it. I usually have it hang up on the wall. I have it hang up on the wall. So it's right on top of the door. It just happens to be a spare hook there. Most of my posters around this room is just wrestling ones, to be fair. The Ring of Power pisses me off, and it pisses me off and impresses me at the same time. Yeah, so I haven't seen it, so I can't comment on it, to be fair. The film, they filmed Lord of the Rings just up the road from me. Bits of the sets are still there. Yeah, that's why me and my dad want to come to New Zealand, because we're such big fans of Lord of the Rings. I hate cinemas, but the Ladder 49 had me hanging on the rock, says Mel. Yeah, I did. It was awesome. Yeah, I'm very jealous now. I'm gonna have to tell my dad that. You said that you did that. Now, definitely jealous. Have you heard of the Slimarillion? No, I'm not familiar with that one, Pagan. You have to tell me what that one is. A friend of mine played a dwarf in The Hobbit. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Steve. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. That's really cool. I love that. Let's have a look at some of the other ones we got here. Pulp Fiction. Oh, Pulp Fiction, guys. Oh, what's the line? What's the line from Samuel L. Jackson, guys? What does Marcellus Wallace look like? That's it, isn't it? What does Marcellus Wallace look like? So good. This is my favourite scene in Pulp Fiction. My favourite scene in Pulp Fiction, that was. Just brilliant. Oh. Oh, such a good film. Such a good film with so many big actors as well in it. Well, like now another top film, Pulp Fiction. I can't, like, again, if you haven't seen Pulp Fiction, do check that out. It's great film there. Really love Pulp Fiction there. Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is a very powerful and emotional one. I've only seen it I think maybe 2 or 3 times, Forrest Gump, but yeah, that was definitely a good one. The Good and the Bad and the Ugly, that's definitely another good one there on this list here. Fight Club. Guys, the first rule about Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is that you don't talk about Fight Club. And the third rule of Fight Club is, if it's your first time in the club, you have to fight. Those are the rules of Fight Club. It's a great film. Great film. Another one I really am a big fan of there. Inception. Why have I never seen Inception before, guys? Someone tell me why I've never seen it. Like, I'm terrible. That's a really popular one there. I don't know why I've not seen that one. It's a terrible one there. That's terrible. Terrible of me for not seeing it, guys. Let me write that name down as well. So, Sim, that you've got there, Pagan. Silmarillion. It's the stories of the world that the Rings of Power show is supposed to be pulled from. Basically, it's history of Middle Earth before Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Ah, okay. My mum had never seen Forrest Gump, and we watched it together. She loved it. It's a great one. Reservoir Dogs. That's a good one, Steve. Yes, Reservoir Dogs. That's another good one. Mr. Pink. Why do I have to be Mr. Pink? Yeah, that's your color. I don't want to be pink. I want to be a different color. Well, you could be a pink. Get over it. Great film. Great film. Another great one there. Obviously, I could talk for hours about the Star Wars trilogy. Empire Strikes Back was really powerful. Another like a series that, although it's lost its value now because it's obviously diluted by Disney. Obviously, The Empire Strikes Back was without a doubt one of the greatest films there. You know, as I am a big Star Wars fan. I'm actually a big fan of The Mandalorian as well. I don't actually subscribe to Disney Plus, but I remember actually when I would binge watch so much Star Wars content, because I was a huge fan of the universe and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, Empire Strikes Back. I think actually believe it or not, I really like The Phantom Menace. I know a lot of people didn't like The Phantom Menace. I personally enjoyed The Phantom Menace. For me, it wasn't my favorite. I think one of my favorites out of those early films. Oh god, they were all really, really good. I mean, I guess Revenge of the Sith has to be it because of just the way Anakin turned into Darth Vader at the battle and the emotion of that. It really is a roller coaster of emotions that was there. Really roller coaster emotion. My favorite token book is The Fall of Gordon, a very overlooked book. Goodfellas. That's a good one, Joe. Good to see you there. Yeah. Goodfellas is definitely a good. That's another good one there. You can see it right there. Yeah, Goodfellas. Definitely another great one there I've seen. And The Matrix. The Matrix is I love that. Obviously, Matrix. The second and third film were okay. They were nowhere near as good as the first one. The first one was just sensational. It was the first time I learned of the I really became a big fan of Keanu Reeves. Like, this was the first. Like, I know people know him from Bill and Ted, but this was the first time I really saw him in a film like this, and and I got hooked to the Matrix stuff. And actually, when I was younger, I actually used to play. There was a video game called The Matrix, not The Matrix Reloaded, but something else, where you actually played as Matrix characters. Because I'm obviously, as I said to you guys, I'm big fan of video games. There was a video game for it. I was a big fan, and I used to binge playing one of the video games. I think it was on the GameCube. I think it was as well. I can't remember what it was called though. But yeah, Matrix trilogy, like second and third, they weren't terrible. I enjoyed them. The second and third one, but the first Matrix film definitely won there. That's another one I've not watched. Interstellar. How have I not watched that one? That's another one, guys. That's another one. ST. How have I not watched Interstellar? Terrible of me, guys. That's another one there. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that one. You guys might have to tell me that one in the chat. First Matrix was brilliant. Sequels got crapper with each follow-up. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm a bit like the way it ended was a bit. I didn't like the way they ended the trilogy. I kind of hated it. And then they rehashed. They made a new film, didn't they? They made a new one, didn't they? Like they brought it back or something. And I was like, I never watched it. I never watched the newer Matrix, the one they brought back like a couple of years ago. They did a new one a couple of years ago, didn't they? I didn't watch it, you know. Seven is definitely one. How have I not watched Seven? I've been told so many times about that. It's a Wonderful Life Christmas film. Yeah, I've seen that. I'm not really deep into Christmas films. I do have the list if we'll have a look at it if we want to. Silence of the Lamb, very good. Seven Samurais. I've not seen that one, guys. That's a 1954. How many of you guys have seen Seven Samurai? Some of you can tell me in the chat. Seven Samurai there. And of course, one of them. Oh my God! When you talk about military films, guys, this is both me and my dad's favorite. Well, actually, no. My number one favorite military film was We Were Soldiers by Mel Gibson. I like that one. I know a lot of people didn't like Mel Gibson army films. I really like that one, me personally. I know some people didn't, but I personally liked We Were Soldiers by Mel Gibson. But Saving Private Ryan is without a doubt a great one. Full Metal Jacket was a great military film. Oh, that was really cold. Like it really Full Metal Jacket really played with your emotions when you talk about military films. Green Mile, yeah, Green Mile, of course, the older Green Mile. I've seen that a few times, but man, 3 hours, like 3 hours is over 3 hours is a big steep, isn't it? It's steep. Seven Samurai, one I've watched with my dad. You got to like the style, says Jack. Well, I haven't seen it, so I'll put it on my list of ones that I haven't seen. So there. Jack Nicholson is one of the few over the Cuckoo's Nest. Really, really good, says Witchy Goth there. Thank you for sharing that. Seven Samurai was remade in America as The Magnificent Seven. The Magnificent Seven is definitely something I saw. Yeah, I definitely saw that. I wasn't aware that it was related. Apologies. City of God, Life is Beauty, Terminator 2, guys. So, as another franchise that I'm a big fan of was Terminator. Actually, my favorite out of the Terminator series was still the original for me, Terminator 1. One of my favorite scenes in the original Terminator was where Arnold is in the hotel room, and he's trying to fix his eye because obviously his eye got busted up and whatnot. And the motel guy is like banging on the door, and he's like, "Hey, you got a dead rat in here or something? Well, what?" And then it goes to Arnold, and he's looking at his options. And he had a couple of options. One of the options was "fuck you," and the other one was "fuck you, asshole." And he typed "fuck you," and he enters "fuck you, asshole," and he says it, and it's just like. I also liked, I'd love to be a bit mean, but in the first Terminator, I love the fact that he tore down the entire police station and killed everyone in the police force as well. Like, to just show just how diabolically dangerous, Terminator the Arnold was, and then that moment in the film where the cyborg rises in the fire like that, and the way he comes after them was really terrifying as well. Terminator 2, not taking anything away from it, without a doubt, a fantastic film. Terminator 2 was a fantastic film, and as you guys know, it's very hard to top. It's very hard to top your first film of a series. It's very hard to do that, but they nailed it with Terminator 2. Every other film after that was like meh, was nowhere. 1 and 2 were, for me, brilliant films. All the other ones, don't get me wrong, they were okay. Some of them really, really poor, but yeah, they was 1 and 2 were still one of the best. Terminator was one good, however, yeah, Terminator 2 is obviously there. Back to the Future. I don't need to give you guys any context. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Go watch them all. Absolutely great films. Great Scott, love it. Absolutely beautiful. Gladiator. This actually got me falling in love with a little bit of medieval and history in Rome. I loved how what's the actor's name? Russell Crowe. I loved how he played in this. And this was another one that was on the Sky Movies when we were younger that I used to watch over and over. And that epic battle at the end was one that I always get in awe of so many times. It was very. I got emotional actually sometimes watching this film, because of just the whole story there, from start to finish. I loved this one. Now there's not a lot of films of that era that I normally I'm interested in, but this was one that I really got hooked onto, and probably because it was so many times I watched it on the Sky Movies channel sets. That is probably why I became as big of a fan as I did on it. There, but another one that I really, really touched on there, for sure. Hey, what's going on? Give me back the list. Why didn't you take me back to where he was before? Oh my days. Terrible. They took me off the list there. Yeah, where were we? Here we are. Parasite. Is that a horror film? We'll have a look at Parasites in a minute. Well, we'll have a look. T-1000 versus Predator from the new film. Dirk, was there a Terminator versus Predator film? I know there was a video game. I know there was a video game of it. The Lion King, of course, one of the greatest anime of all time, of course. Graves of the Firefly, Psycho, The Departed. The Departed. I remember I've seen that a few times actually. Was it a blowaway film for me? I'm trying to remember. Like, yeah, this was a. You know what? Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio. Like that was I really enjoyed that one. Yeah, that was a really good one. I've seen a couple of times actually in the past as well. That was another good one, The Departed. Yeah. Those guys are really, really good. Those guys are really, really good there. God, it keeps going out here. I really don't like it here. Predator versus Alien. Predator versus the Alien. So, look, I'm a massive fan of Predator because of the original Predator was one of my favorites with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was not a big fan of Predator 2 was okay. I was never a big fan of the original one. But Predator 1 was my favorite out of all the Predator series. Predator versus Alien was okay. I didn't like. I thought it was okay. It was. When I've seen it a couple of times and I'm just not as into it as I wanted it to be. And this is coming from someone that was a big fan of the Alien series as well. Let's have a look at horror films actually, just for genre here. So these are the top 100 horror films. Let's have a look at some of the horror films here just for reference. So we got Alien #1. I've watched this. My dad has watched this at least 50 times, if not more, in his life, and my mum cannot stand it when he puts this on because she's sick and tired of seeing Alien. But I have watched this many times, the original Alien. I think Alien 2 was probably my personal favorite. Alien Resurrection was definitely very good as well, but I will do a video games one at some point. But there was a video game not a couple of years ago that when it came out, I can't remember what it's called now, Alien something, and it's one of the most closest things to being in the film as you could possibly imagine. And I remember playing it on the hardest difficulty and whatnot, and I absolutely I actually pissed myself when the alien caught me. It's Alien, the franchise, like the tension, the series, the beeping. It's the beeping with the weapon where it goes that makes your heart race. It's so good. So good. I love that. I love that tension again. It's just really, 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 really scary. The new Predator Badlands was effing epic. Haven't seen that one. I did see, what was the one that I saw? There was one Predator film I went and saw in the cinema. I think me and my dad actually went to see it. It was one where there was this tribe woman and she brought back the head of a predator. I can't remember what it was called though. I thought it was okay. It wasn't a great one. The department based on a Chinese film called Police Story. The Chinese film is much better. Ooh. I love many of the old black and white films, but my kids didn't like them. Yeah, getting kids. Yeah, I'm not a fan of personally of black and white films either. Like it's not really my thing. It's not really my thing personally. There. But it's Prey. That's it. Thank you, Pagan. Yes, Prey. That was the one. Yeah, that's one I went to see in cinema. It was okay. It wasn't terrible, but it was okay. It was okay. The Thing, I've only seen it once, The Thing. Definitely was scary. Definitely a scary one. The Shining, of course, I don't need to say anything more. One of the greatest ones. I'm not a big fan of horror films like I used to be. I'm not a big fan of them as I used to be now. The Exodus, Halloween, yeah, I've seen all these ones. American Werewolf in London, I've not seen that one. Not seen that one. I'm not gonna put these on my name because I'm not a fan of horror films anymore. Jaws, of course, like what do you need to know, guys? It's Jaws. It's classic, brilliantly made. One of the best of all time. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I remember watching that and I got made me eerie for sure. Never seen Rosemary Baby. That's 1968. A young couple trying for a baby moves into an aging audience apartment built on Central Park West, where they find themselves surrounded by peculiar elderly neighbors. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, the Blair Witch Project. Oh, the Blair Witch Project. Oh, my God. Oh, oof, oof, oof. Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead. I'm not a big fan of Dawn of the Dead. Me. I know some people are. I'm not personally a big fan of them. Silence of the Lamb. That was a powerful one. I like that one as well. Suspira. I'm not familiar with that one. You guys will have to tell me about that one in the chat. American Werewolf in London is more like a comedy to me, says Jao. Hammer Films, says Steve McMahon. Leprechaun, one of Jennifer Aniston's first films. Rosemary Berry is good. Found footage horrors are my favorite. Yeah, I'm not. I've fallen out of horror films, and I think what kind of drove me away from it was the Saw series. The more Saw films I started to watch, the more uncomfortable I was with horror films, and I just stopped watching them. There, Nightmare on Elm Street, yeah, great one there. Get Out, that must be really good then. 2017, that's not that old as well. Young African American visits his white girlfriend parents on the weekend when he's slimming. Uneasiness about their reception of him eventually reaches a boiling point. Is that really a horror film? I'm not sure. Psycho, that's a classic one. Auction, The Cabin in the Woods. I actually seen that one. That was a hard. Evil Dead 2. The Ring. This gave me. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This actually gave me nightmares. It actually gave me nightmares. True story. One night, I was so terrified after watching the film. I didn't just keep the TV turned off. I pulled the plug out. That's how scared I was of something coming out of the TV. Oh dear, oh dear. Absolutely frightening. The Exorcist, of course, the Exorcist series, of course, one of the favourites. The Fly, a great horror film. 28 Days Later. It was okay. Not one that I was really into. For me personally, at the time when I was into horror films, but still, it's a great film. But it wasn't one of my favourites there. Not heard of Heredity, 2018. A grieving family is haunted by a tragic of disturbing occurrences. Not familiar with that one. Martyrs, The Mouth of Madness, Invasion of Body Snatchers, Paranormal Activity. Yep, seen that one. Did not. Oh. Young woman is followed by an unknown supernatural force after a sexual encounter. It follows. Ooh. Night of the Living Dead. Night of the Demon, 1957. A man seeks to return to a doctor's ancient death curse. Ooh. Night of the Living Dead, of course, the famous one. Pennsylvania barricade themselves in an old farmhouse to remain safe from a horde of fleshy and ghouls after ravaging northeast. Yeah, what a classic Night of the Living Dead one. That was quite incredible. Classic one that was. I haven't seen it here, but House on the Haunted Hill was one of the original House on the Haunted Hill. Not the old one. There was like one in like the 70s or 80s, I think it was. That I saw that really made me frightened there as well. Shaun of the Dead, that was another good one. Let the Right One In. A bully boy forms a unique friendship with his new neighbor, particularly a girl with a dark secret. The Witch. Isolated Puritan family in 1630s New England comes unraveled by the forces of witchcraft and possession. Scroll down a little bit, and I'll just have a look at them. Yep. Oh, Hellraiser. Oh, God. I've seen all the series of Hellraiser. It makes me laugh that you think unplugging the TV would help. Says Baba. Yeah, they'll still come in. He'll still come in. He'll still come out of the TV. Yeah. I must be a weirdo because I've watched almost all the movies in the list. Love, says Joe. No, you're not a weirdo. It's just you love these films. Hellraiser was very, very scary. I watched it far too young. Far too young to watch Hellraiser there. You're next. Scream. What a great series, Scream. Scream was a brilliant series. Ghostface murdering high school students. Brilliant one. I think that was one. I really was a big fan of the Scream series. They did. I really enjoyed the Scream series. Return of the Living Dead. The Ring, 1998. Why is Godzilla on there? Is Godzilla horror? I wouldn't call it horror. I could scroll a little bit further down to see some of the other ones here. Aliens. It's a horror one, of course. Black Christmas. During their Christmas break, a group of sorority girls are stalked by a stranger. Ooh. Bride of Frankenstein. The Wicker Man. Oh, The Wicker Man. Yes, Wicker Man's a good one. Phantasm. The Fog. A Jew on the Grudge. Not a mysterious and fearful spirit marks and pursues anybody who dares enter the house which it resides. Ooh. Gremlins! I don't know if Gremlins is... I never saw Gremlins as a horror film, but I was a big fan of the Gremlins. I loved the Gremlins when I was younger. I used to watch that quite a lot when I was younger. How many of you guys watched the Gremlins? Godzilla was a bit crappy. I don't consider it more scary. It's just more of like just big monster battle sort of thing, you know? Gremlins was definitely... I really like Gremlins. The Descent, The Monster Squad. I'm just scrolling down to see one stick out for me. Saw, the original Saw, yeah. The Birds, Legends of Hell House, Strangers, A Tale of Two Sisters. Why is that? That one I don't think I've... Yeah, there's that one I don't think I've seen. Kill List. After a botched job, the hitman takes a new assignment with the promise of a big payoff for free killings, which starts off easy, task soon unravels, sending the killer into a heart of darkness. Ooh. Raw. A young woman studied to be a vet develops a craving for human flesh. Ugh. Yeah, I'm glad I fell out of it. Zombieland. I never watched it. I saw the trailer and I was very put off by it. Candyman. Now, I fell out of horror before I saw It. I still have not watched It. I know people will tell me I should go and watch it. So if I might be one I might watch. I know it's very, very popular in this day and age. Final Destination. Yeah, Event Horizon, Friday the 13th. Black Sunday, Race for the Devil, Satan's Triangle, The Chainlink, The Exorcism. Yeah, we'll just leave it at the top 100 there. Some interesting ones there for sure for them. Jaws, says Stephen Morn. Yes, Jaws. A lot of good Hitchcock's films. The original 39 Steps there. Candyman's 234. Yep. Thought experiment. Put a werewolf, a vampire, and 5 rage zombies into a cage, and fight out who comes out on top. No idea. First Gremlins was good. Yeah, first Gremlins was good. Never watched the others. I was never I never really interested in the other ones. First Gremlins, just the first Gremlins was good enough for me. It is brilliant as is the new Crow, says Witchy Goth there. So if I'm going too fast along films to give you guys, Prince of Darkness is a great movie, says Jow. Is that a horror one? Sorry, Jow. One of the best British films ever made is Dead Man's Shoes. Dead Man's Shoes. What is Dead Man? What is where's that one? Dead Man's Shoes. What is Dead Man's Shoes? I'll put that on my list, yeah, because you say it's one of the best British films, so I'll put that on my list. One of the best. I say Werewolf Winslow. If anyone can tell me what the name of this film is, I've got a film that there is this horror film that I've seen, guys, and I can't remember what it was called, but I can describe it to you, and maybe some of you guys can remember the name of it. There was this. I think it was a horror film where a bunch of soldiers. I think this was in Russia. I don't think it was a Russian film, but it was in Russia, somewhere in a snowstorm or something, right? So the story goes is a bunch of soldiers are looking for their squad, and they hold up inside a woman's house. Yeah. This house in the middle of nowhere. They're stuck in this massive snowstorm or whatever, right? And there's a bunch of werewolves chasing them, killing them off one by one, sort of thing. And then the story pans out is that that the soldiers ended up becoming the werewolves because they kept getting bitten. This was during bitten and whatnot. And in the end, they all died. That's it, dog soldiers. That's it, Pagan. Yes, dog soldiers. That's the one. Yes, dog soldiers. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. Yes, top man. Dog soldiers. Yes. I've watched that film so many times. Yes, dog soldiers. Thank you, Pagan. Yes, blah, blah. Yeah. I saw that movie. I think it's Polish. Was it based in Poland? It was definitely, yeah, that one. I really enjoyed that one. Because in the end, I think they all blew themselves up in the end. I think they blew the house up or something. That was a British-made film, says G. Dog Soldiers, was that based in Scotland? No, it was definitely in a snowstorm. All right, we need to. I need to look at this now. Yeah, this is definitely the film. Was it not in a snowstorm? I thought it was in a snowstorm. Man, is my brain that bad? Yeah, this is definitely the one for those who don't know. Yeah. Dog Soldiers. Yeah, this is the one. So it wasn't in a snowstorm. I thought it was because it was a snowstorm. Yeah, this is definitely the one. Folk horror werewolf. Yeah, and they turn... Yeah, when was this? How old is this film? I'm generally curious now. Yeah, and they all start turning into them. Yeah, that's definitely the one. Yeah. So it wasn't a snowstorm then. I don't know why I thought snowstorm. Maybe it's because it's been so long since I've watched it, guys. That's probably why. It was in Scotland, I swear. It was a training exercise gone bad. Ah, yes. Thank you, blah blah. That's it. Training exercise. Set in the Scottish Highlands. Ah, yes. Yes, you're refreshing my memory, chat. Thank you. In the 90s, yes. Yeah, I watched that one so many times on the Sky Movie series. That one. Yeah. Dead Snow, a Norwegian movie about zombie Nazis with a twisting ending. I've never watched a zombie Nazi film. I've never watched one. There. As it happens in the middle of the winter, it's a snowstorm. I saw Dog Soldiers. The two different movies. Dead Snow is another film living with German soul. Why did I think Snowstorm? Nah. Let's have a look at some. Crime movies. So, Once Upon a Time in America, L.A. Confidential. There, Chinatown, classic one there. The Killing. Crook Jonathan Clay assembles a 5-man team to execute a daring racetrack robbery. The Killing. Why have I not seen that one? The Killing. Interesting. Godfather. I'm trying to think. I don't know why a lot of these haven't really clicked with me. Maybe it's because I didn't watch it. Oh. American History X. How many of you guys have seen this film? Man, oh man. Talk about powerful. Yeah, this was this was really powerful. White supremacist released from prison, a changed man hopes to prevent his younger brother from following in his footsteps. Yeah. Really powerful. Life changing. Like it's so in depth. How they've like one of the most powerful scenes I found in the film was when he's in prison, and when it looks like he's about to get, and because he's got that tattoo, right? So obviously, people hate him, obviously. And I remember there was this one scene in the prison where a bunch of black dudes are literally walk past him. They don't actually beat him up, but they actually just walk past him for the first time, and it was just like a really powerful moment. Damn, that's such a powerful film, that one. American History X. I saw it in Too American. Like I said, it explains a lot about USA Today. Yeah, it does kind of chime a little bit with what's happening today. Yeah. Why is there so many of these crime films I've not seen? Maybe it's because I don't really watch crime films. Heat of the Night, Road to Perdition, The Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, I know you guys keep banging on about that one. Yeah, I'll put that on my list already. City of God. The Bank Job. The Bank Job. That sounds like one I've seen. Yeah, hits at London Baker Street. Yeah, I've seen that one, actually. It was all right. It was all right from what I remember from it. So Tico, an honest New York cop, 1973, blows the whistle on a rampant corruption force only to have his comrades turn against him. Yeah, because he's, that would make sense. I'm just trying to remember, just trying to think if any of these films stick out to me in terms of crime. Shaft! Crime Shaft. Oh, yes. What, was there a new Shaft remake with, or am I thinking of something else? There was, Wakewood is a horror thriller. Highly recommend. Wakewood. Ah, okay. City of God is a raw Brazilian drama. Big to Go is not bad there as well. Oh yeah. Oh, how could I miss one of the classic ones there? Ocean's 11. Now, I've not actually seen the 1960s one, but I did see the one with Robert De Niro, like the revamped one with a lot of the powerful actors. Like Ocean's 11, the revamped one. Robert De Niro. Oh God. So many of the I can't remember the list of actors, but it was. I never actually saw the 1961, but the other one. But that was a good one there. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Beautiful, absolutely a great film. Really like that one. Definitely recommend that one. Silent Lamb again. Perfect World, Maltese Falcon. The Untouchables. During probation, Treasury agent Ellis Neal sets out stop a ruthless Chicago gangster Al Capone and assembles a small incorruptible team to help him. Absolute Power. Why does that sound from? It's Clint Eastwood. Horrific, a horrific crime involving U.S. president. Ooh, Absolute Power. That sounds like one. I haven't watched a lot of Clint Eastwood films. That's terrible on me, guys. I deserve to bollocking for not watching more of his films because he's such a great actor. There. Oh, Heat. Oh, I've seen it before, but I want to watch it again. Actually, I actually want to watch it again. Heat. I actually want to see Heat. Leon is excellent. There. Mel says, I think it was in my early Portuguese learning days. I was hoping to watch without subtitles. Didn't work too much. Fella slang. Lol. I'm not a fan of. I've watched one or two films where the English subtitles are there. I'm not a fan of it personally. I've got nothing against other films being in their language and whatnot, but I can't watch them in English subtitles because I don't feel immersed into it. That's just me personally. He's no a great actor. He only acts one way, says Chica. I've only the films I've seen him in, he seems all right. Well, maybe it's just me then. I guess everyone has different tastes there. The Town, that sounds like a powerful one there. Zodiac, Touch of Evil, 25th Hour. Okay, let's switch genre here. That's crime ones there. Okay, this is more my category. I know probably some of you guys will not be as big as into these that I am here, but obviously I do like. I've definitely been invested in the last 15 years or 20 years or so of my life into superhero films. We obviously talked about it earlier, The Dark Knight. I mean, I've already said what a great film it was. I'm a big fan of the Avengers series. Avengers Endgame was I went with my brothers and it was amazing. What's so powerful about that franchise is how they built up to it, and they did such a good job. Marvel did such a good job of building up to it. I'm very excited. I think at the end of this year there's supposed to be Avengers Doomsday. I'm very excited for it. I'm very, very excited for it. because these guys know how to make good superhero films and make it powerful, make it matter. Avengers: Infinity War was definitely like I'm a big fan of the Avengers films, me personally. Yeah, I'm glad it's up here in the top 5. Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, for me, it's one of my the rise of how Batman became Batman is. I really enjoyed that film, me personally. Spider-Man: No Way Home, another great film. Logan. Why have I never seen Logan, guys? Oh, I like Hugh Jackman. I need to see it. Oh no, not Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, Batman Begins. That's the one I was saying. Yeah, Avengers Assemble. Yep. Iron Man. Iron Man was one of my favorite. He's still one of my favorite superheroes. Even before the film, he was always one of my favorites. But Robert Downey Jr. is so good as Iron Man. His character is just him. He's literally he mastered him so well. He's such undeniable. Robert Downey Jr. just knocked it out the park with that film. Absolutely one of the best there. I've not seen 2022's The Batman, so you guys have to tell me how good that one was. Watchmen is one I've seen a few times in the Sky on the Sky Movies hubs. Sometimes I enjoyed it, sometimes I didn't. It's a weird one for me. I find it a weird series. I can get why some people love it. I can get why some people hate it. It's kind of like I think of Watchmen like Marmite. I think that's the best way to describe that film. Like, it's not terrible, but it's also not like fantastic. I'm surprised it's high in the list, if to be fair. Superman 1 or 2 were the best movies made from DC Comics. Superman, they've made some really good Superman films for sure. X-Men: Days of Future Past. Yeah, that was. I'm not the biggest fan of X-Men films personally, but I thought it was okay. It wasn't terrible. Zack Snyder's Justice League wasn't terrible, but you know, it was 4 hours. 4 hours is a lot. 4 hours is a lot. You know what? I'll bite. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'll go and watch it. Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a fun film. Spider-Man: Homecoming. Deadpool and Wolverine. Comedy off the scale. I took my partner to watch that, and she's not a big fan of superhero movies. She really enjoyed. She had a laugh out of that one. They rip the piss with these comic. They rip the piss with these comic book films. I do agree that they don't always emulate the comic books. I agree with that criticism. That is definite criticism that films need to take on. X-Men First Class. I wasn't personally a fan of it myself. It was another one that was okay. All the Deadpool franchises were awesome. Ultron was the least favorite out of all the Avengers series for me. Thor Ragnarok was a very good one. I really enjoyed Thor series. I think Chris Hemsworth has mastered the role of Thor very, very well for me. I really like his acting in it. I think he's very, very good with that. Of course, Deadpool, amazing. Guardians of the Galaxy. Man of Steel. I really liked Henry Cavill as Man of Steel as Superman. I don't know why, but there are so many good actors as Superman. I just felt like at the time of when it came out, I really liked his one as Man of Steel. I thought it was very, very. I thought it was a good Superman film, Man of Steel. I really liked it. This is also another one I like. Dredd. Dredd is a good one. I don't know if not that one. The older one. Not 2012. What was the older one? The one with oh god, what's his name? Oh god. So Sylvester Stallone, that's it. Sylvester Stallone, that's it. Sylvester Stallone as Judge Dredd. That one I liked. That one I preferred. That one, Judge Dredd. I preferred that one. I've not seen Aquaman. Is Aquaman good, guys? Let me know in the chat. Is that one worth going out to watch? That's one actually I haven't watched. Shame on me. Is that one worth watching, guys? Wonder Woman's definitely one I should go out and watch as well, actually. Don't know why I haven't gone and seen that one. That's another one. I don't know why. I wasn't a big fan of some of the DC films. Yeah, Judge Dredd. Yeah, Sylvester Stallone. Yeah. Thank you, 234. Aquaman. Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I wanted to see what people think of that one. Dredd is a bad adaptation of a good comic, says Jal. Sylvester Trump's Utopia kind of thing. I don't like Stallone, a crap actor. No, that's your opinion, Counter Kev. I like him in some of his films, the Rocky series and a couple of others. Yeah, he's not everyone. Like I say, not everyone's favourites, isn't there? To be fair, can't comment on the 2025 Superman film. I've not seen it. No, wait, I did see it. What am I talking about? I went and saw it last year. Yeah, I took my partner to see it. Okay. I gotta ask myself, was that Superman better? No, wait, was that better than Man of Steel? Ooh, it got really good. Like at the time when it came out, it got really good reviews. I think it did really well. Just reminding myself of it. I thought it was okay. I don't know. I didn't think it was terrible. I thought it was pretty good. It's hard to pinpoint which Superman film was my favourite though. Man of Steel was... I really enjoyed Man of Steel, personally. Shazam! Haven't seen that one. Suicide Squad. Love Suicide Squad. That was definitely a lot of fun for me. What's wrong, Jasper? Jasper's upset for no reason. Iron Man 3. Iron Man, yeah, all the series were alright. 2 and 3. Like, number 1 was my favourite. Obviously, 2 and 3. I mean, I'm kind of biased because I'm a big fan of Iron Man. So, for me there... X-Men, 1978 Superman. What did you guys think of that? They've got coming out this year, I think, Supergirl coming out this year. You know, the equivalent of Superman. I saw it in the trailer last weekend. Yeah, last weekend when I went to see Avatar. I saw a trailer for that. So I don't know if anyone's interested in that at all. I like the Rocky movies, then the Rambos, and then it ends as 234. Exactly. Every language has it. Portugal, Southern Portugal, cut and drag, and when spoken religion, it's hard to understand. Yeah. The Amazing Spider-Man. Ooh, how many of you guys watched Blade? Wesley Snipes' Blade. I love Wesley Snipes in this. A big fan of. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna put it down because I want to watch Blade series again, just because I'm greedy. Blade series, I loved all of his films as Blade. I really did. I really was a big fan of the Blade series. It was so good, so good. Incredible Hulk. It just didn't click for me personally. I've never been a big fan of the Hulk films. Not for me. So you guys have to speak for that one. Supergirl 1985 one, says 234. Blade was good. Yeah, Blade was... I really liked Blade. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. The Wolverine. Was that the one in Japan? Yeah! Yeah, I like that one. I actually like that one. I enjoyed that one. I like that one there. Captain America, the Winter Soldier. That was one... I think that was my favourite Captain America out of the series, yeah. I have to agree with that. Ant-Man was fun. Ant-Man was a fun one. Ant-Man was definitely a fun one. Venom. Really enjoyed Venom. I've not seen Venom 2, though. I still haven't seen Venom 2. Which means I need to put it on the list. I need to put that on the list. The Flash. I've not seen The Flash. You guys need to tell me. Is that worth going to watching? If anyone's seen The Flash. Thunderbolts. We went to see it. Me and my partner, we went to see it. It was okay. Got in the top 50 here. Spider-Man, like all the Spider-Mans were great films. I'm not going to argue about them. Captain America: Civil War. Yeah, it was all right. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I would say Doctor Strange was a very good film. I like Doctor Strange. Captain Marvel. I like Captain Marvel. Brie Larson, I really enjoyed her role in that. I thought she was great. I really enjoyed that for me personally. I like the swords in Blades. That is it. just like when he beat up people. There's this line in Blade 2 where after he beats up a couple of people, he goes, "You do not know who you are fucking with." It's just like, I love that line. It's one of my favorite lines from Wesley Snipes. Spider-Man again. Doctor Strange 4, The Dark World's a good one. Yeah, I like the 4, Dark World. The original Suicide Squad 2016. Captain America: The First Avenger. Black Adam. I haven't seen Black Adam. At least I don't know if I can't remember if I did or not. Yeah, Black Adam is one I want to see. Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. Like the reason it got as high as it did because of who was in it, I wasn't a big fan of it personally. Wasn't a big fan of it. The Defender. 2009. Regular man who adopts a superhero persona knows defector comes to city streets at night in search of our commanding captain industry. Interesting. The Fantastic Four: First Steps. Guys, I absolutely mean this sincerely, okay? I don't know why it's so low down the pecking order, but I'm just going to say this here. This is the best Fantastic Four film out of all the franchises I've ever seen of Fantastic Four. It was very, very good. I really enjoyed it. Even my partner, who's not a big fan of superheroes, really, really enjoyed it. I do recommend it. Jasper, what's wrong? What do you mean? I put treats downstairs for you, you bugger. Just complaining for no reason. Fantastic Four was definitely this one was the best for me, the best Fantastic Four out of all of them. Like all the others, they've scuffed it so many times with Fantastic Four films. Thunderbolt and Lightfoot is a brilliant, nice Clint Eastwood film. Sad ending, says Counter Kev. Are you guys talking about? Not enough cat movies, says Mel. Blade 2, Batman 1989. Yeah, I was okay. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. Flash Gordon 1980. Not seen that one. You guys need to tell me if that was a good superhero film or not. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I wasn't a big fan. I'm not a biggest fan of Ant-Man, to be fair, but I have seen the series. It's okay. Hellboy. The original Hellboy was okay. I like the original Hellboy. Was okay. Not a big fan of Hellboy 2: The Golden Army. Hellboy 1 was pretty cool. Was pretty cool. Batman Returns. Yeah, that was all. Yeah, Batman 2. Yeah, with the yeah, it was wasn't terrible. It was all right. Black Widow. I wish Scarlett was still Black Widow. She was very good. I liked her as that role. I really liked her as that role. Ah, that's it. Venom: The Last Dance. That's the one I need to go and see. Black Panther. I'm so glad that's on the list. Black Panther was an excellent film. Highly recommend as a superhero films. Flash Gordon from the 80s is a bit dated and crappy, says Kev there. Great soundtrack, great cast. What's that from? Flash. Good evening, Billy. Hope you're doing well. I love you. I appreciate you guys giving me comments about it. If you're talking superhero movies, you haven't mentioned Catwoman, of course. Jasper has ideas. No, I'm not a fan of Catwoman. I'm not a fan of Catwoman. It's for me, like I think Catwoman is more about sexualizing men into it rather than the context. Like I'm not a fan of Catwoman. Never been a fan of Catwoman myself. Spider-Man 3, I really enjoyed Spider-Man 3. That, like I said, I really enjoyed all the Spider-Man films. I like that one. Did not enjoy Shinkai and Legend of the Ten Rings. It's probably one of the lowest in terms of Marvel films for me. One of the lower end ones. Like, I didn't feel it. I know I didn't feel it me personally there. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. The Blade Trinity, of course, yeah. The third Blade, I was not a big... Yeah, the third Blade I was not a big fan of, personally. Yeah, again, this was a terrible film. Why is this even in the top 100? I don't know. All the other Fantastic Fours were terrible. Green Lantern. It was okay. They need to make a new Green Lantern. That was not Ryan Reynolds. Don't get me wrong. I love Ryan Reynolds. He's a great actor. I just wasn't a big fan of that one, the Green Lantern. I like the superhero. I like his superpowers. I wasn't a big fan of this film. I wasn't a big fan of it. Another crap Fantastic Four. Why again? Why is that in the top 100? There's a good film, guys. Ghost Rider, Nicolas Cage. That was a good one. That's a good one. Ghost Rider. That's a very good one. I really enjoyed that one. Daredevil 2003. I actually like that one, Daredevil from 2003 there. I'm a big fan. I'm a fan of Catwoman. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Catwoman, me personally. No, not me personally. For Love and Thunder. Why is that so low down the pecking order? Eternals. Yeah, I can understand why it's low down the low in order as well. Batman and Robin, and then Fantastic Four. Again, Fantastic Four was another terrible one where I didn't really enjoy it there personally. I took me off the top of the list. What is this? Action movies. Terminator 2 we spoke about. Die Hard. Yippee-ki-yay. Yippee-ki-yay. Great film. Great action film there. Really, a really great film. John McCain, man, he just keeps forgetting to call his wife and pick up the kids and get the Christmas gifts. John McCain always just finds himself in that situation, doesn't he? Aliens, yeah. Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is absolutely amazing in Mission Impossible. He's a fantastic actor. I really do love and admire the acting from Tom Cruise. I don't know how he does what he does. But, man, the guy deserves a hell of a lot of credit for the work he does. I really do love and appreciate Tom Cruise. Another great actor. You know, I really do enjoy the Mission Impossible franchise. I'm more of a James Bond person myself, but, you know, I really do I have a great deal of respect for Tom Cruise for the work that he does. Steve, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? With the 50 New Zealand dollars? What's that? What's that all about? Catching up? No, mate, you don't need to catch up. You don't need to catch up. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. That's really generous. You didn't need to give that, honestly. You've been... Honestly, you did not need to do that. Seriously, that's very, very generous of you. Thank you. We're just literally having fun here, you know. This ain't even the serious stuff. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. I don't know how long I'm going to go and keep doing this, guys. I'm probably going to do this until my missus comes home, most likely. Aliens was great. Yeah, Aliens was a great franchise. I was talking about it earlier. Same with Terminator 2. I was talking about it earlier. Thank you again, Steve. That's very, very generous of you. Really, really kind. Mad Max, the original, Mel Gibson. The new, with Mel Gibson, the new version was boring. What year was that Mad Max, Jal? Can you tell me what year that one was? His best role will always be Cocktail. Point Break, tremendous movie. Mad Max, the original. What was the original one? What year was the original Mad Max? Jal, do you remember, just out of curiosity? Hard Boiled. 1992, toughest now cops team with undercover agents shut down Senator Mobster and its crew. 80s. It's on the list. Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Dirty Harry 1 and 2. Yes! Good choices, Chow. Good choices. Yes. Dirty Harry, of course. Dirty Harry, yes. The Raid. Raid. I think I've seen The Raid. The Last Boy Scout. I've seen the... That's... yeah. I've seen that one. That's a good one as well. A Bullet to the Head. Yep. Inception. Matrix. Yep, we talked about. Dark Knight. Top Gun Maverick. Did I go in the cinema to see this one? Yes, I did. I did go and see this one in the cinema, Top Gun Maverick. Yes, I did. I did actually thought it was pretty cool, actually. Yeah. Definitely did. Okay. Okay, this is a franchise I have not watched at all. John Wick. How have I not watched any John Wick? I don't know. I'm a big fan of Keanu Reeves, but I've never watched John Wick. Why have I never watched John Wick? I don't know. I can't answer that question, guys. Tenet I've seen. That's a good one. Star Wars we talked about. Oh! Okay, how many of you guys have seen The Rock? Sean Connery is The Rock. Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage, Ed Harris. I really enjoyed that one. The Rock was definitely one that I've watched that one so many times on the Sky Movies. Great one. What a great film. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Yeah. Yeah, that's Clint Eastwood, yeah. Oh. Man, I really enjoyed that one, The Rock. Sean Connery's so good in that. Oh, such a great film. A Better Tomorrow. Yes, I remember. I think I remember that one. Yeah. Speed. Yes, Speed. What a great one. Yes, on the bus. That was so good. So clever concept. I love that film. Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock. Yep. Dennis Hopper. Very, very good. That was such a good film as well. Definitely like that one. The Rock is great. Yeah, The Rock is a great film. Die Hard with a Vengeance. Gladiator. We kind of touched on Gladiator earlier on. Great film as well. Drunken Master 2. Young martial artist caught between respecting his passive fast for wishes to stop him being disrespectful foreigners from stealing precious artifacts. The Raid. A SWAT team becomes trapped in a tenement by a ruthless mobster and his army of killers and thugs. Ooh. The Untouchables. Yeah, I think Untouchables there. 1987. Ooh. During prohibition, Treasury agent Nicholas Rice sets out a ruthless Chicago gangster. Yeah, we just touched that one, didn't I, earlier? I'm going mad today. Elite Squad 2, Enemy Within. Predator, of course. Predator, without a doubt, for me, one of my favourites. One of my favourite action films of all time is Predator. There. That movie. Airplane, especially the first one. And to be fair, any with Leos Nielsen. Was it Aircon? Con Air. Was it Con Air? Con Air. What's the one with all the prisoners on the plane? Is it Con Air? Oh, Con Air. Oh, look, the one we were talking about earlier is literally in the top 30. Top 30 dog soldiers. Damn. So good in the top 30 according to this list here. The Killer. Lethal Weapon. I remember that one. Definitely remember that one. Nobody. Yeah, John Wick franchise. I need to watch it all, guys, because I don't know why I've never watched John Wick. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. A young man must defeat his new girlfriend in several evil exes who are willing to do anything to prevent her happiness with someone else. Doesn't sound like my cup of tea. Elite Squad. I've definitely seen Elite Squad. Yeah, I remember that one. Kingsman, Secret Service. I've seen the Kingsman. It's all right. I thought it's good. It's okay. It's not terrible. I thought it's okay. I wouldn't call it one of. I think there are better action films than Kingsman. Me personally. Dog Soldier's good UK movie. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. I was trying to remember what the name of it was, and people were telling me in the chat earlier, Viper Scott. And they will say, it's Dog Soldier, Dog Soldier. And I thought it was like a Winter Storm one. I was like, no, that's not the story. I was like, I totally forgot. The Bourne series. I loved Matt Damon in the Bourne series. All of them. The first one obviously was my favourite one, but all of them were really, really good. I really loved Jason Bourne in that series there. Mad Max 2. Is this the one you guys are talking about? Mad Max. Is it Mad Max 2 or Mad Max 1, or is it 1 and 2 then? 1 and 2. Maybe I'll put 1 and 2. Just for reference there. GoldenEye. It took 42 before they finally put a James Bond film here. GoldenEye is actually one of my favourites there. I like Pierce Brosnan. I thought he was a good Bond. I know he's not everyone's. I know Sean Connery was one of the best James Bonds, but I thought Pierce Brosnan was actually pretty good. I heard recently actually he's talked about wanting to be in a Bond film, but being like a retired James Bond in the next Bond film. He's openly said that he wants to be a retired James Bond in one of the old ones, which I would love to see actually. I think that'd be pretty cool actually. Yeah, GoldenEye is a good one. First Blood, Sylvester Stallone, yeah, Rambo, of course, all the Rambo films, seen all them. Skyfall, was Skyfall my favourite in Daniel Craig? What was my favourites of Daniel Craig in Bond? Casino Royale was okay. It wasn't terrible. Casino Royale was alright. Skyfall was very good. Oh, what were the other films Daniel Craig was in for James Bond? What were the names of them? I'm trying to remember now. I did like Skyfall. I'm pretty sure one of the other ones were probably better that I enjoyed. True Lies. Fearless Globetrotting. Why have I not seen this? It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. True Lies. Why have I not seen that one? Terrible. I should have seen that one. Upgrade. Ooh. Nearing the set in the near future. Technology controls all aspects of life, but when the world goes grey, a self-labeled technical world turns upside down. The only hope prevents experimental computer chip implant. Ooh. RoboCop. Who's I've seen all the RoboCop series. Spectre. Yes, Spectre's another one. Spectre was pretty good. Quantum. Yeah, Quantum. I think Quantum I didn't enjoy. Skyfall, I think Skyfall was probably one of the better ones of Daniel Craig out of all of his films as James Bond. Maybe that was me. I liked the Bond films until the last one with Roger Moore as a teen. Then I got bored of it, especially the ones with Timothy Dalton. RoboCop, yeah. Layer Cake with Daniel Craig, very good British film. Layer Cake is a great film. Great British film. Snatch is also another great Snatch. Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Yeah, fantastic films. Yeah, great call outs, those ones there. Beverly Hill Cop. Yeah, Beverly Hill Cop. Kill Bill. I loved Kill Bill. I loved Uma Thurman. In this, I really enjoyed it. I know Quentin Tarantino is not everyone's favorite cup of tea as a director, but for me, Kill Bill was one of my favorites. I really enjoyed the series. Me personally, I thought that was a really great film for me. True Lies, good film with Anthony there. Archangel with Daniel Craig is a good movie. Archangel, why have I not heard of that one? The World's End, From Dusk Till Dawn. 16 Blocks. I've seen 16 Blocks. I really enjoyed that film, actually. Really enjoyed that one, actually. I know maybe not ever. Some people didn't enjoy it. I personally did. I thought it was very good, yeah. Wrath of Man, 2021. I'm not familiar with that one. Jason Statham. Jason Statham's a great actor. He's been in a lot of great films. I've seen him in a lot of great films, but not that one, apparently. Mysterious Stoic characters hires security guard by a cash truck company responsible for transporting a lot of money around Los Angeles each week. There's a lot of films similar to that. Crank is another film I like Jason Statham in. Crank was one I definitely liked him in. What's some of the other ones that he's been in that are really... give me some names. Give me some films that Jason Statham's been in. He's been in some great films. I really like his acting. Mission Impossible 3, of course. Yep. Taken by Liam Neeson. Taken, a great film. Very powerful film. Really like that one. Of course, The Bourne Identity. Great classic one. Top Gun, the original 1986 Top Gun. Great film again. Another one I can't deny. Minority Report. That's a good one as well. The Nice Guys. 96 Lost Miss Pair. Private Eyes investigate missing girl. Mysteriously death of a porn star. Not familiar with that one. Tarantino Ferris to start with cameo by Gary Oldman is a coke dealer. True Romance. Transporter. Yes, there was the Transporter. The original Transporter. I thought that was... I've seen that a few times on the Sky Movies sets. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, Top Gun, great film. Yeah. Yeah, I'm using the IMBD, the website, by the way, these lists, guys. So, in case you're wondering how these are being listed here. I should have put the link in the description, to be fair. But we're just having fun. Jack Reacher. Why have I not... Jack Reacher. I swear I've seen Jack Reacher before. Oh, Smoking Aces. That's a good one. Another good one. Wanted. Okay, this is one that I was not. This was one. It's probably one of those meh ones. Like the thing that sticks out to me about the film Wanted was just because the bullets swerved. You could swerve the bullets. I didn't like. That's the only thing I remember from the film. Taken this, it happens. Taken 2, doubtful. Taken 3, I started to suspect bad parenting. So Simon says 55. Yeah. You can't. Yeah, Taken 2 and 3 was like meh. The first one was brilliant. Jack Reacher, not as good as the streaming series. Thanks for that. The Fugitive, Kick Ass. Never saw Kick Ass. Oh no, wait, I did see that. It was okay. It's okay. Long Kiss Goodnight. Bad Boys. What a great film. Bad Boys 2. Yeah, great film. Bad Boys. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Why is Indiana Jones so high up on the list? Why is it not lower? God. Lethal Weapon series was a great one. There it is. Air Force One. Yep. Where he, the famous line in Air Force One, the president's holding the guy, and he says, "Get off my plane!" And he kicks, punches him. The president, "Get off my plane!" Oh, great line! Loved it. Oh, that was a good one. Gary Oldman and Glenn Close. Yeah, Air Force One, great one. Mad Max. Yes, that's the original one. That's the original one you guys were referring to earlier. Thank you for that. Enter the Dragon. Ooh, Enter the Dragon. Yes. Indeed, yeah, all the Indiana Jones ones are good there. Assault on Precinct 13. I like that one. I've not seen the 1976 one, though. I've not seen the 1976 one, though. Just scrolling a little bit to the end. I'll have a look. Commando! And there's Con Air. Con Air as well. Commando and Con Air. Yeah, Commando. Yeah, if you just like military and just like blowing shit up, like watching a guy blow shit up, macho man stuff, that's pretty much your thing. Commando! I loved Con Air. I love Con Air. I was a big fan of Con Air. I definitely like Con Air there. Big Game is top. Samuel L. Jackson as US President. Ooh, indeed. This is the top 100 anime films of all time. Toy Story. If you haven't watched Toy Story, guys, you don't have a soul. Sorry, you have to. I'm sorry. Toy Story is one of the greatest of all time anime films. Up. Finding Nemo. I've never actually watched Finding Nemo. I was not into it. Wall-E. I don't ever want to watch Wall-E again because it made me cry. I'm not watching it again. Don't ask me to watch Wall-E again, guys. No. Incredibles is a great one there. Ractigaville. Yeah, there's a lot of anime films I kind of fell out with. The Iron Giant I've not seen. I've seen all the Toy Story films, of course. Some of these. Fantasia. 1940. You have to guys to tell me about that one. I'm not familiar with that film. It's very old, though. I don't think I would watch it because probably black and white. The Lion King. I mean, of course, it's The Lion King. What more do I need to say, guys? The Commando has too many stereotypes and army cheesy lines for me to get to the chopper. Yeah, I know. I don't. It's not one that I like to watch back, to be fair. Let me put it that way. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, of course. Monsters Inc. I'm more familiar, not the 1930s, but some of the rounds in the 2000s, 2010s. Beauty and the Beast, Monster Inc. Monster Inc. is a good one. Nightmare Before Christmas, a great Christmas film. Great Christmas film there. Little Mermaid, not for me personally. My missus liked that one. Aladdin was that 1992 Aladdin is one of my favorite ones when I was a kid. That one, I really enjoyed that one. There, that's the one I really like. Yeah, Robbie Williams as Genie. Oh, Robbie Williams, what a great actor. Oh, rest in peace. Oh, rest in peace. He was such a good man. He wasn't just a great actor. He was such a good man. I've not seen How to Train Your Dragon. I know that's one really popular. Obviously, classic Pinocchio. Fantastic Mr. Fox. Not seen that one. Bambi. Can't go wrong with Bambi, guys. Bambi. Curse of the Were Rabbit. Nope. Shrek. Shrek is a great film. They did a great job with that one. Oi. Stop playing with the wall, you. They're sometimes scratching the wall. Who framed Roger Rabbit? Oh, when a right cartoon rabbit's accused of murder, he enlists the help of burnt-out private investigators to prove his innocence. Roger Rabbit. Who framed Roger Rabbit? That's a classic one for me. Reganelite. Fascism is colour. What does that mean? Sorry. It's fantastic. Mr. Fox is a good one. Reganelite. Yeah, I'm not intending to watch back anime films personally. These ones here. South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. As a South Park fan, I highly approved of this. Even though it's completely and utterly bonkers and off the goddamn wall. But that's what it's supposed to be. Chicken Run. Chicken Run's a good one. Chicken Run's a very good one there. Not Sing Tangled. Not going to watch it. I know probably some people do. Ghost in the Shell. Not familiar with that one. 101 Dalmatians. Triplets at Belleville. Inside Out. Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda's not one I haven't seen. The Lego Movie. Again, like, not really into them as much. A Bug's Life. I actually watched A Bug's Life. I like that one. I personally like that one. Again, it's just my preference. Cinderella. I'm a guy. Don't need to tell you any more than that. Anime Batmans. I never watched any films of anime Batman, but I did used to watch some of the TV series of Batman, but I've never watched any of these anime series there. Mulan. Yeah, I'm familiar with that one. Jungle Book. Nope, I'm not singing anymore, but you guys know the lines. Jungle Book. Great one. What a great film. Absolutely beautiful. The Simpsons movie. Simpsons movie. Oh. It didn't live up to my expectations. It wasn't terrible, but you know, for someone who watched so much of The Simpsons when he was younger, it didn't live up to my expectations. Just putting it out there, guys. Sorry. I feel bad because I love The Simpsons. Frozen. I don't watch Frozen. Don't ask me to watch Frozen. I know people love Frozen. I know lots of people are obsessed with it, Next Generation, whatnot. I'm just not a Frozen person. Big Hero 6, Ice Age, Lady and the Tramp. That's a classic one as well. Alice in Wonderland, Ants, Ranjo, Waking Life. Let's have a look at the next one before we've got 100 Christmas. Well, we've got Christmas movie and comedy movies. Let's have a look at Christmas ones, and then we'll have a look at comedy. And then we'll head out soon, guys. Just to kind of, we're getting it. Tarzan, yes, great shout out, Mel. Tarzan's definitely a great one. Tarzan's great. Ghost in the Shell, not familiar with that one. Tarzan, the Boy from Night movies was good. Yeah, that definitely one was. Ghost in the Shell, Ice Age. Ice Age was a good one, yeah. Christmas films. Let's have a Christmas films. Home Alone. Yep, one of the greatest Christmas films. Die Hard's on here as a Christmas comment under. Yes, it is a Christmas movie. Scrooge. Yes, Scrooge, of course. Will Ferrell with Elf. What a great Christmas film! Will Ferrell nailed that. Brilliant. One of Elf is one of my favourite Christmas films, without a doubt. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Yeah, that was a good one as well. Miracle on 34th Street. Not seen that one. I didn't watch a lot of Christmas films, to be fair, guys. Didn't watch a lot of Christmas films, to be fair. Gremlins, Bad Santa. I like the Polar Express. Some people don't, but you guys can make what you will of that one. Oh, Scrooge, 1988. Selfish, senile television executive haunted by free spirits bearing lessons on Christmas Eve. That's such a great film. Scrooge by Bill Murray. I really like that one. It's the same year I was born as well. That one I really like that one. Trading Places. Edward Scissorhands, The Holiday, Silent Night. There's a lot of these ones I haven't watched, to be fair. I'm not going to go out of my way to watch them, to be fair. If there's one I should definitely worth watching, then you can make your case in the comments. But I'm not massive on Christmas films, to be fair. Jingle All the Way, Claus, White Christmas, Christmas Story. movies. 8-Bit Christmas. Why is Batman Returns in there? That's not like, I don't care if it's around Christmas. That's not really a Christmas film. Christmas with the Cranks, Christmas Chronicles. There's a proper Christmas film. The Snowman. The Snowman. We're walking in the air. Beautiful. Snowman, one of my that for me is probably one of my favorite ones there. Groundhog Day, yes! Groundhog Day, Counter Kev, yes! Groundhog Day, such a great film. Good shout out, Kev. Love that. Truman Show, Truman Show with oh God, what's his name? Jim Carrey. Is it Jim Carrey? Yeah, Truman Show. That's a great film. Great film. Great film. Yeah, let's just switch over to the comedy films. Let's have a look. Monty Python, The Holy Grail, Aeroplane, Blazing Saddles, Caddyshack, Duck Shop, Modern Times, The Jerk. I'm not really a comedy film guy, me personally. Blues Brothers, Up in Smoke, Young Frankenstein, Dumb and Dumber, National Lampoon, Office. I'm not really feeling these, me personally. On Naked Gun, the original Naked Gun was funny comedy. South Park. Happy Gilmore. Yes, Happy Gilmore. Adam Sandler. Yeah, Adam Sandler was fun. I liked his Happy Gilmore series. There was another film of his that he was in called The Longest Yard. I used to watch quite a few times on Sky Movies. And it wasn't real. I think it was... I think it's because he had a few wrestlers in it, which is why I was probably a bit of a fan of it more. Because he was in prison. That one. That was all right. Meet the Parents. Yeah, that's a good one. There it is. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. There we go. That's a great comedy one. The Mask. The Mask. That's it. The Mask. The classic one as well. Pineapple Express. Simon said, what's Pineapple Express? I'm not familiar with that one. The 40-Year-Old Virgin. A Fish Called Wanda. The Gods Must Be Crazy. Something About Mary. Never been interested in that one. The Pink Panther. Napoleon Dynamite. Anchorman. Yes, Will Ferrell. Anchorman. Great film. That one. That's definitely one I've seen. Yeah. That was definitely a lot of fun there. Ghostbusters. How have we not mentioned Ghostbusters? One of the original Ghostbusters. Now that's a proper film. That was a proper classic film. I look, I don't want to be sexist, but I just felt like they did a Ghostbusters one with all women, and I felt like they did it just for the sake of it. That for me was probably one of the worst Ghostbuster films that they have done. For me, like I don't know, like I really mean this sincerely. What was the benefit of making an all Ghostbusters film with women actors? For it, generally, what was the purpose of doing that? What was the purpose of doing that? I was not happy with that. I was like, what were you trying to do here? Like, there's lots of great women films, women groups films, but what was the purpose of putting them all in a Ghostbusters film and being Ghostbusters? I don't understand why they were trying to do that. Again, not being sexist, but I just looked at that and I was like, what are you doing? I was really, really, really put off by that. I never went and saw it, but I remember seeing so many bad reviews about it. I don't know why they did that. I honestly don't know why they did that. Yeah, but all the other Ghostbusters weren't as... I think Ghostbusters 2 was okay, but yeah, the others were yeah. And I've always said my piece. Team America World Police. That was a good fun one there. The Hangover. That's another good one. American Pie. American Pie was definitely a good fun one there as well. Yeah, American Pie. There you go. Groundhog Day, 1993. Yep, that was a great one. Great choice there. Shaun of the Dead. I really love that one. That was so much fun, that one. Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. Yeah, they were great fun. They were. Ghostbusters was brilliant. Yeah, original Ghostbusters, yeah. Original Ghostbusters, yeah. 1 and 2, the rest is grass. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. Yeah, Shaun of the Dead, I really enjoyed that. Borat. Borat was funny. But it did tee the line of going too far. It did tee the line. Rat Race. I bet. Hold on. Rat Race. Hold on a second. Have I still got it here? Have I still got the DVD of it down here, guys? No. No. But I have got Chicken Run. I've got Chicken Run on down here. I've got I've got I've got Meet the Parents and Meet the Fuckers. Meet the Fuckers. Look at that. Hot Fuzz, good choice. Yes, Viper Scott. Hot Fuzz, good choice. Yes, that was a good one. Hot Fuzz, yeah. Borat is gross, but it's funny. That's a great way of putting it, Benjamin. Yeah, I agree. I think it's funny, but it's also very gross there. Rat Race, yeah, I find Rat Race very funny. It's not everyone's cup of tea. I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny enough. The Nutty Professor. I thought wasn't my kind of humor. I can see why some people found it for them, but I wasn't as much there. Spaceballs with Rick Morris is great too. Smash from the 1970s, of course. The Birdcage. Excuse me, Road Trip. See No Evil, Hear No Evil. How is that a comedy? Not familiar with that one. Bad Santa. Coming to America. The Money Pit. Super Bad. Why does that sound familiar? I don't think I've seen that one. There's a lot of these ones I've not seen. Beverly Hill Cops. Yes. Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was a great actor. I enjoyed his films in some of those from the Beverly Hills series. What's the one with Jackie Chan? What's the ones that Jackie Chan was really good in? What's the one with him and what's the one with him in Jackie Chan where he's with oh god, he's a cop one. What's the Jackie Chan one that he was in? Jackie Chan was in one or two cop films where he was really, really funny. What's the famous one, guys? There's one that sticks out in my mind. I can't remember what it was called. It wasn't Eddie Murphy, was it? That he was his tag partner as a cop. It was someone else. And I can't remember with Jackie Chan. Help me out, guys. I'm sure I'm thinking of something there. That's it, Rush Hour. Thank you, Mr. E. That's it, Rush Hour. Yes, Rush Hour. That's the one. Yeah, Rush Hour. Man, thank you so much. Yes, Rush Hour. Great. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one, Rush Hour. Yeah, took me a while. Like brain, you got so many films, right? Don't worry, we're gonna stop soon, guys. We're gonna stop soon because we're getting late. Scary Movie. That was a funny one. Oh god. My favourite scene in Scary Movie is when they're on the phone. And I don't know how many guys remember where they go, "What's up? What's up?" And then you go, "What are you doing?" "Nothing. Just chilling. Killing. True." Oh, it was one of my Scary Movie was one of my favorites. One of my favorite comedy ones. When I think of all the comedy ones, yeah, that one sticks out for me quite a lot. School of Rock was a good one. School of Rock as well. Let's just scroll a little bit further down from the top films of all time. Just have a look at a couple of ones here. And this is supposed to be the top 250 films of all time here. Citizen Kang. Separation, Die Hard, To Kill a Mockingbird, Sting, Indiana Jones. I'm gonna stop soon anyway. Snatch, of course, mentioned Snatch earlier. Great film, great film. What's 1917? What's 1917? Oh, it's a military one. An infantry battalion assembles to wage war in the deep enemy territory. Soldiers are assigned to race against tide, deliver a message that will stop one fire. What is striking the trap? Why have I not seen this one? Why have I not seen this one? There's another one that's there was another war film that hold on, let me go up to the top. What was it? Enemy, where is it? Enemy of the States, Enemy of the Gates. Enemy of the Gates, one that just sticks to. That's it. Yes. This was one of my favorite. This is probably one of my favorite ones. Yes. Rise of West and Jew Law, Enemy of the Gates. Russian and a German sniper play a single game of cat and mouse during the Battle of Stalingrad. Yes. This is probably one of my. This is one that I used to watch a lot of as well. On Sky Movies. Another one was K-19, the Widowmaker. I think it was K-19, the Widowmaker, where I can't remember the main actor, but he hosted a submarine. There was a submarine as well. There was that one as well that stuck in my mind. Master and Commander of the I can't remember the full name of it. Master and Commander, full of ship one there as well. That was another one as well. Master and Commander something there. Of Master and Commander of the World, maybe it was called. I can't remember the full name. But it was such a good film. That was really one I really enjoyed as well. Oh yes, there we go. Heat there, 1995. Yeah, I think we mentioned that one there as well. Michael Caine's worst film, Kidnapped. He totally butchered a Scottish accent. Not a lot of people know that. Ooh. Still watch a lot of Hong Kong martial movies there. Yeah. The Wolf of Wall Street was very good. I really like that one. It says a lot about, how it just reminds you of the how terrible people are. Downfall. That was a good one. That was a really good one. I really enjoyed Downfall. I really enjoyed that one. There is The Truman Show. The Truman Show. Great shout out earlier for that one. Of course, Jurassic Park. I mentioned that the very first film I spoke when I started the stream was Jurassic Park. The Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense. My dad's a big fan of that one. The Sixth Sense. That's a good one as well. My missus just messaged me. We're on our way home. No Country for Old Men. Casino. Ran. Prisoners. 2013. 138 there. What's this? Oh, it's Hugh Jackman. Desperate father takes the law in his hotel. Police find two kidnapped child. Oh, interesting. Okay. You're gonna take me back to where I was? No, you're not. I guess I'll go just carry on from. We'll just scroll up from here, I suppose. Gold Rush, In the Name of the Father, George, Spider-Man, No Way Home. 12 years a slave. This is supposed to be one of the most powerful. 12 Years a Slave is the one that I haven't seen. I know it's supposed to be a really good film. Got a lot of accolades, that one. 12 Years as a Slave. That one. Reign of Fire was all right. I liked Reign of Fire, and it's probably because I'm biased because I really love dragon films. I like dragons, and I also like because it was in London. It's probably another reason why I really enjoyed it. I really wish they made a sequel of that film. I really wish they had done, personally. There was also a video game made of it as well on the PlayStation and the Xbox. I think like PlayStation 2 or 1 or something. I used to binge playing that as well. I really enjoyed Reign of Fire for me. That's one that I personally enjoyed. It's not everyone's everyone's there. Pirates of the Caribbean. That's a great series. Yes, Pirates of the Caribbean. That was a great one. There's a great one there as well. I think I'm gonna have to stop here, guys, because I've gone way longer. I didn't know what I was doing with this show when I was doing it, but like this is just a bit of fun. But apparently, if we go to the top of number 1 of their top 150 movies, Shawshank Redemption. So yeah, you guys are telling me. Yeah, I'm pretty certain I've already watched this. To be fair, but I'll watch it again. Just because. But I'm pretty certain I've already seen it. If I start watching it, I'll be like, yeah. I mean, I'm already looking at it. I'm like, yeah, I remember some of this already, but I'll watch it again. Nothing wrong with watching a good film again. To be fair. Yeah, some interesting films, guys. Some interesting stuff. Right. Yeah, we've gone way too long here. Do younger peeps watch films or DVDs, or do you stream online? I haven't watched films. I don't. To be fair, I don't watch as many films as I used to. I don't normally like. I know some people, their thing is like they'll watch films in the evening or whatnot. I just don't watch as many films anymore as I used to. If I really want to go watch a film, if I really want to watch one, I'll go out my way to watch it. But most of the time, I don't go out my way to watch films as much as I used to. I like going to if there's a film I really want to go and see, like I like to watch it in the cinema because like I want to obviously support the cinema business because they're a dying breed, you know. But I don't like normally I'm watching YouTube or Twitch now. I don't watch as many like I'm not sitting there on my bed or whatever going to bed and watching films. But there's a lot there that there's a lot. I mean, I've made quite a list here to be fair, guys. Like I've made quite a list here to be fair on there to be fair that I need to watch. So that I've put on there. So to be fair. So I can't believe you've not seen Shawshank. I've watched it up 10 times. I don't know why. Maybe because it wasn't on. I don't know why I've not seen it. I don't know. DVD. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. Yeah. To be fair. Yeah. I'm hyperactive and sleep around 5 hours a night, so when I wake, I have movies running in the background while I do something else. It is pleasant. See, that's the one thing I don't want to do when I'm as someone who's obsessed with wrestling. I feel it's a disservice for me to put wrestling on in the background and not pay attention to what's going on. Can we do one of these again? I loved it, says Viper Scott. I can't next month. Next month I could do. I've got nothing planned next week Thursday. I was thinking of maybe doing next month. So next month, guys, I've got the Eco Flake show. I've got the round table. I've got one free Thursday, which is actually next week. I don't know what I'm doing with that one, so I could do one. It wouldn't be movies though. I don't really want to do films or movies again. I'll probably do a video game series, something like that. I don't know how many people though will be interested in video games. But thank you for the £2 super chat. That's really appreciate it. And thank you again, Steve, for the extremely generous 50 New Zealand dollars. That's way too generous, honestly. I don't have a proper outro, by the way, just for reference on this, guys. But honestly, thank you guys all for coming. I really appreciate it. Okay, I do have an outro, but it's a bit too short. But yeah, I hope you guys found this entertaining, informative, or just a bit of fun and relaxation. It's nice to talk about something different. Talk about something different. So. Like I said, I wasn't sure how I was going to do this, and I kind of just Googled some lists, and then it's just go off that, and that's kind of what we've done here, to be fair. So, if you can, please. I won't do film straight away. I won't do film straight away. I won't do it straight away. Maybe in hindsight, what I could have done is a series on the top 100 action films, and then another genre and another genre, something like that, Maybe I should have done that instead of looking at different genres. Maybe we could have done something like that. I don't know. That's something to think about. But yeah, I'll have a think about it. But yeah, it was a bit of fun here anyway, guys. But yeah, thank you guys for coming along. Thank you guys for all your comments. Thank you guys. Yeah, you guys have been awesome today talking about this stuff. So, hope you guys, hopefully encourages some of you guys to maybe watch a film or two that you haven't watched in a while, or maybe watch a film you haven't seen before. So, definitely a bit of fun there for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna look. I'll make this clear. We are gonna do something like this again. Whether it'll be films or movies, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do something next month, because there is 1 week next month where I'm away. So, and I've already got Eco Flake Show and the Roundtable I've got scheduled as well, guys. Just for reference, before we go, guys, really important before I click it the end live stream. I have 2 live streams going on tomorrow, guys. I have the Good Morning Show, and then at 3 o'clock I have the Watch Along live stream. So the one that I normally do on Wednesday night, which obviously I was on Van Man Talks live stream, I still want to do a Watch Along live stream, so we're going to do it at 3 o'clock tomorrow. So if you guys can join me for that, feel free to do so. I will stop before 5 o'clock, just for reference. So if you want to join me for that, you can do. I've given myself 2 hours just in case if I go too far. So yeah, I'm going to be very busy tomorrow with 2 live streams. So if you guys want to join me for that, feel free to do so. But thanks to guys again, really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy whatever films or movies you guys want to watch tonight or anything else. But thanks again, guys. Appreciate it. And yes, for those who still aren't aware, yes, I am back, monetized and all that kind of stuff. So thank you for those who have become members again and those who super chats and all that kind of stuff. Just really appreciate. And I will catch you guys tomorrow for another Good Morning Show at 11 a.m. But enjoy the rest of your day, evening, and I'll catch you guys very, very soon.